Joining me on another of my interview series. Today I'm going to be talking to David Edelman, who is an author and educator. He's otherwise known as the People's Lawyer. We're going to be looking at a little bit about law. David, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Richard. Total pleasure to be here.
It's so nice to talk to you because I was reading in a book that we've been talking to the authors Gloria Moss and Catherine Armitage recently, in this book called Light Bulb Moments and the Power of Critical Thinking. And there's a piece about you which I believe you probably wrote and submitted to the book. And it talks about you as the people's lawyer, educating people in, well, you're going to correct me, I know this. I thought you were educating people in common law and how to get out of difficult situations that might arise. So it's possible that I often make mistakes, so I put my hand up to that. But I thought you'd be an interesting person to talk to because we've been talking about constitution, we've been talking about natural law, God's law, common law, those sort of things. And you, I think, are a lawyer, but you don't so much give advice, but you educate people on different aspects of law. Is that right?
It is right, but it's law that I've basically self-educated myself on, because my original training, which was in the law as the system presents it, which is not true law, didn't really give me much grounding in how to protect people really from tyrannical systems.
Right.
So since, in particular, the CV19 issue, I don't know how much you want to allow me to name it by name, but let's call it the CV19 issue. There's been a massive upsurge in interest in freedom, all things freedom and all things protection against tyranny. I had been studying the law for some time before CV19, and basically when it happened, there was a call from my friends and associates to say, David, you need to put your knowledge into action, get out on the streets and evolve your course, because I was already giving a course. It started out as a come to my house course, and then it evolved into a Zoom course. And it's designed to help people really clear their heads on who they are, because the system has made our heads really fuzzy and taken away all our sense of self and who we are. So it's not so much that I teach the common law, because the common law, as has been handed down to us, is in suspension until further notice, until we the people.
Okay, hi Richard, how you doing? I found this video that you made with this guy David. I listened to it a couple times already, and I'm really not in the mood to do videos tonight, but I had to do this video. I love this guy. He's fucking awesome, man, this guy David. If you go and show this guy David what it is I'm trying to show you, it's all over. He's gonna get it. And I don't think we have any time left anyways to keep fucking around. If you don't see it yourself, Richard, within the next week or two, then at least share my Michael Oziak channel with these people, with David, and I'm going to show you two others also that I am very confident that if they seen what it is I'm trying to show you, they would get it, and then they would take off with it, and we might have a chance. I don't know. Anyways, while I'm playing now, I'm going to start pointing out some things. Alright, so this is the female image that I was telling. We're looking at the moon. I'm still staying with other people's moon videos on YouTube. Celestron 6 SE moon video. And the reason why I wanted to stop this video here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be playing it and pausing it as it's coming into view, the moon. I don't think it's a full moon, but if it is, all the better. This is the female image. Eye, nose, mouth here, looking down at us this way. This is the one I was telling you. Okay, she's looking over her right shoulder. Her shoulder's here. Her arm comes down this way. And on another angle, I can get it better for you. Or if the whole thing comes in, because right now we're missing this whole area. I don't know if you can see my stick, but maybe the mouse would be better. Okay, so we're still missing. This is one of the, oops, this is a timeline. This is one of the timelines. This is not the edge of the moon right here. How do I know that? Because it goes further than the edge of her body. I'm still missing some of her leg area, and we're still missing a lot of other imagery around this side of the moon. So the moon is being crescented right here, and this is going to be one of the timelines. I'm guessing. I mean, I don't know nothing about this video, but as long as the video's not fucked with, and it doesn't appear to be. Anyways, back to her. So her hair flowing back. I'm going to show it to you as she comes in. I'll show it to you more, but I'm going to keep pausing and playing so I can do this. Face within face within face. So again, I'm trying not to point out all the faces that are in here making up her body. I'm just trying to outline the body for you. Okay, at this particular angle that I have here, unfortunately, I'm still left with this little. Now, in another angle, this ends up being some little cone titties that she has. But right here, you'll notice she's got her little mosquito bite boobies. Watch. Watch. So when so now when I'm angled this way, you can make out a little bit more of her tail area or her holding something. I'm saying tail because what else would you be holding? It could be her leg being lifted up and she's holding her leg or something of that along those lines. I say tail because it looks to me like both legs, and we only get the thighs of her legs. Here's her waistline right here. Here's the start of her thighs. Now, if we had the whole moon in this image, I'd be able to show you the right, and I will in future videos. I'm just going to keep pointing this shit out as we go along, so you don't think that it's like hard to find these images, or you know, you have to have some special ability or sight or something. No, we can all see it. We can all see it. I'm just going to be faster at it because I'm used to it now. I've not been in denial of it like everyone else has. All right, so her face, again, angles and distances of perspective, lights and shadows, lights and shadows. So I'm moving my camera around because I know where her best angles are. I know where I'm going to get her best so that I can show you the image. So it's a little bit faster. If you go watch the videos I was doing 5-6 years ago, when I first found the system, then yeah, I wasn't this fast or confident about it. But I assure you, once you start looking, it'll be this way for everyone. And I'm going to get her a lot better, but I just wanted to show you at this point here. And let's put this back on here. And this is what we're doing, and we're just watching the moon come in. I'm going to keep bringing my cameras up and down, and as they come in, I'm going to show you things. And then I'm going to show you on the lineup. This guy, David, right here, though, if you go show him, first of all, David should know and understand right away. As soon as you tell him, you say, yeah, there's this fucking crazy dude online. I don't know what to make of it, but he claims that zero and infinity is a human concept and they're not real and they're not true, and that they should have never been applied to our school system for anything other than something to laugh at about how fucking intelligent and genius the human race is. He's going to get it like that. When you go tell him and say to him, especially once you send him to the channel and I show him the True Creator's work, he's going to see it like this. I can tell just from the way he's talking. Just from the way he's talking, I can tell he's going to see it all. He's going to understand dealing with the school system and the court systems and all that. He's going to get it right away. He already did some of the things that are in here. I'm going to play him. I'm going to play him, and I'll talk about it as he says things. I'll jump in like I like to do. Meanwhile, we're looking at the moon video from some guy online. Seems to be the real moon so far. We'll see.
People reassert it. You can only assert it by not engaging with the system. So you'd be asserting, in effect, common sense, the knowledge of who you are, and keeping just out of range of the tentacles of the beast. Yeah. That's the secret. And I have a job on my hands because people have been trained in their schooling, and I did watch your schooling, your education show yesterday. Found it fascinating because I have a current talk about that, because although I am the people's lawyer, I started out before CV19 as the people's educator, which is where I came into that book that you've just mentioned,
right,
on critical thinking, because although they put me in the law section, they could equally have put me in.
Okay, so the way he has this going through, I'm not going to get her hair. I wanted to show you her hairline because there's other timelines up that way. As the moon's going around in a clockwise rotation to our sky, these images get cropped. So right now here in this particular, at this particular angle and distances of perspective, I'm missing still part of the moon right in the end. I guess you can see my pointer right along here. We'll be able to pull in a lot more imagery. Now, if I had the time and I really feel like doing it, I could pull it out on paper, or I could have another moon, a full moon photograph right up here, and I can show you exactly what's missing. I'll get into it later. Right now, this is just to bring you into it, just to get you involved, so that you start seeing things that you're going to be able to recognize, and you'll have an appreciation for them when you see it. All right, so just for the hell of it, I'll point a few other things out while I'm in here. All right, so there's another one that's going to be coming in that's got a hairline up here, and there are two. Let me let them pull in first a little bit more, and then I'll explain. Hold on.
In the education section, it is all about re-educating and, above all, unlearning all the lies and virtually everything we've ever been told by anyone is false.
Yes, this is a huge thing to comprehend, because when you believe the image of the world that you've created over time, it's very difficult to suddenly say, actually, all of that is just theatre. How do you approach?
Okay, so on this one here, again, we got inanimate objects when you're at a certain distance. So this eye and this eye, with this going over the nose, the roof of the nose, kind of giving the, and then here's his hairdo and everything like that. Now he comes in a lot better, but I just wanted to point him out here because he has several, because like everywhere, it's image within image within image, but the mouth, you're not seeing the mouth right now because it's in white. You're seeing it in white. You have to look for the shadows. You see the shadows that are in here? See them all? Going down, there's another face. See, look in the shadow right now while I'm pointing and while I'm holding it, because I'm bringing you a shadow with this cropper. So in here, eye, nose, mouth right here. See them? Okay? So, and that's just one. There's millions and millions in there. But I just wanted to point this out because when we come back out up to this one, hairdo, eye, nose, and I'm going to give you this mouth right here. Should I go with that? There's one here. There's another one here that goes with that face. And then as you drive the camera back out again, or your eyes for that matter, you're going to pull in the larger image with the second mouth, and those eyes will also get bigger, right? So keep in mind where the shadows are around here. This is one of the things I'm trying to impress in you. And this happens to be a video. I wanted to impress this to you in photographs, but that's fine. So in other words, look at it without trying to pull out any imagery. You see a bunch of dark shadows all around in this area, right? And then the Sea of Tranquility down here goes like this, and you have all this as the whiteness, right? So keep that as a reference point as we're going to look at this now. Keep it as a reference point. So this way you can go to any moon, hold the moon in this position, and then you can start coming around and grabbing the images I'm going to show you. Because again, every turn of that moon, that's the false creator / creator's work. That's what he wanted us to do. He wanted us to look in the sky, see that the moon was turning in a clockwise rotation and cropping out images as it was going around. Certain images were being cropped out, and these were the messages that we were supposed to be following. This was the, I don't want to say the voice of or get biblical about it. Just go and fucking look, please. Just go and look.
Turning what is
I'm gonna
real
press play
into reality, when there must be a lot of prejudice and a lot of pushback from people who are going, no, you know, I know that this must be the situation because I've lived it and been in it, and you know, it is what it is.
Well, Larkin Rose, the presenter in America.
Okay, so then at the bottom of this shadow, I know I'm going to let David talk because he's a really good guy. All right, so a lot of stuff's going to be coming in right in this area over here now. But again, keeping in mind, just as a general, these are the shadowy areas, and then here's the beginning of them down on the left-hand side. Now, again, this changes up because you have reverse telescopes, standard telescopes. When you see someone using a reverse telescope like I do in my videos, then just think of it as you're looking from the back of the moon. You're in the back, you're behind the moon, and you're looking through that way, because that's all it is. That's exactly the same fucking thing. You're looking through the back of the moon when you see the moon in a reverse telescope. That's exactly what that's going on there. All right, so let me start with some of these down here. I don't know if I can work the pointer and this thing at the same time. So I'm taking advantage of this white area as a cropping method, because my cropping tool, that's why my cropping tool is this way, because I'm going to start with these images down here. So I can start with this corner one of eye, nose, mouth. Now that's a large one, because there are thousands of images in there, believe it or not. There really are. There's thousands of other images. Now I can start calling out. Now there's another one going off to going off to camera left. That you're only going to see one eye of. You're going to only see his right eye, and I'd have to go like this to show him to you. There he is. Okay, so he's looking off camera left, or whatever, however that works. And again, when I bring my cropper in, unfortunately, I'm showing you all this up here, which will confuse the eyes, because those are more images. See, like this one here. Eye, nose, mouth of that large human face. Right? And then it's image within image within image, so I can go over to here. Now, this whole area is going to blow up to one of my favorite images. I've been going to him. He was a go-to image right from the beginning. He's always easy to go to, easy to find, and he's very impressive looking and evil looking, for that matter. So there's another one here. You're only seeing the right eye and a little bit of thing. Forehead's here, nose is here, mouth is here, looking again, camera left. He's looking off that way, okay? Now, there are so many in here. Watch, I'm going to hit play again. So I'm going to hit play again. I'm going to tell you, keep an eye out for this guy. Now, I'm going to stop him right about here, because I'm going to... Come on, fucking computer, man. All right, I'm going to stop him here, because what I want to point out is image within image within image within image, okay? So as he's coming through, pay attention to this eye right here. I'll give you the layout of the larger one. One of the larger ones that the guy I like is within. Because the guy I'm going to point out to you in a minute, he's within there. You're seeing him. This is his tongue right here. These are his teeth. This is his nose. His eyes here, and his eye is here. But now and that's not his full face. You'll see it better when I let the moon come in a little further. But now, this eye and this eye, when you're keeping an eye on that small face, when I put the cropper up there, watch this triangular area right here, because this triangular area here stretches into that eye, and it becomes a larger image, which that larger image takes in all of this to be the outline of his head. So this becomes his eye, his other eye becomes over here, and he becomes larger. Watch.
Divides people up into statists and voluntarists. Some people are born with a propensity to trust their government, their state, their teachers, their doctors, their lawyers, their dentists.
And I'm going to bring it into to his eye, and there he is smaller.
And the beauty of I nearly said the word entirely. CB19.
It's all right, yeah.
Yeah, the beauty of that is that it awakened many people to the fact that...
So I'm going to hit play again. I'm going to let him come in more.
That's the way to go. Now, I had a privileged upbringing in the sense that I always had a skepticism of all things state-run, all things institutional. And it wasn't that I knew anything that nobody else did. It was just more of a hunch. And then it led me to leave the legal profession very early. I was still only in my mid-20s, and go on a journey of self-definition. So I've been defining my own.
Okay, so what I'm going to do at this point, now remember, I have not taken the camera off the tripod since coming in on this one, because I'm trying to do this purposely as somebody who just wants to put their camera on a tripod and look around, and not learn all about the angles and distances of perspective so much. Right now, again, like I was saying on the other day's video, it's all about the lights and shadows at this point. I did take it off to get you in on that female image, and I also want to let you know too, as I'm pointing out some of these things, is the transgenderism shit. It can all be explained. They've been playing us on that for a long, long time. And the truth is that the true creator sees us all as one. It wasn't until the false creator slash creators build where the false creator slash creator was divide, divide, divide. And of course, men and women were divided at that time. Male and female were divided. And there's evidence for that. And I'll be able to show it to you as we go along. Okay. So I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit here because I wanna bring you in on these bottom faces first. I'm gonna keep my guy up in this, right up there, because I want to keep him focused in. The camera lost focus. Hold on. I'll just do him right there then. Okay. All right. So I want to cut him right out. Get rid of him out of your eyes for a minute and stick down here with these ones. Because remember, this is the start of this side. Remember all the shadows that look like nothing. When you're looking at it generally, it looks like nothing. I also will try to explain to you throughout your series about the mineral streets and their effect on our ability to see the moon in a better way. There was a time when our skies would allow us to see the moon as clear as I'm showing it to you right now, and we could have all been looking up at it. There are major things going on atmospherically that humans control. It's not nature, it's not God, it's not a fucking devil, it's none of those things. It's humans that are controlling it. They've taken it, we've given it to them. I don't know. Anyways, back to this. See this where I was talking about the large eye, where the eye got bigger. Now his head is all the way over here. You can see his hair. The dude that's doing this video doesn't even have all of his hair in the video. He's got way more hair than this. And he also has 2 horns on his head. That might be one of them. I don't know. They look a little close together. His horns are over here a little further. And I don't think we're going to get the horns because of this. But anyways, you can see his forehead. You can see the shine off his forehead. You see all these little points of light, Richard? All these little tiny little points of light by the bazillions? They're little fucking tiny little points of light everywhere you look in the moon. You see them all? And they told us that there was nothing. Don't worry about it. And they point us at craters. See them all? Look at them all. I'm pointing at, I'm just pointing at a few hundred of them at a time. There's another one. All these little tiny points of light. And as I'm looking around in the moon, I'm going to show you even more of them. Look at them. One, down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Those are the stationary stars. Stationary stars are mapped out in the moon. The stationary stars give there's a lot of explanation for the other half that I can't honestly say that I have physical evidence of because I cannot get there and cannot see it. So I usually leave it out of the conversation, and I'm going to continue to do that for now until everybody gets it. I know that I'm right about it, but I don't have any physical evidence for it. But what I do have physical evidence for is the stationary stars are mapped out in the moon, and the stationary stars, I'm telling you, you can prove for yourself when the moon is going around in a clockwise rotation, all these stars are locking in with the moon map model. In other words, the Earth map model, and all the energies lock in. That's one of the reasons why I'm telling you that if you're made up of certain heavy metals and minerals, in other words, black, brown, tannish, yellow, white, golden white, super white, all these different colors, right? Rather than nationalities, I'll just say these different colors all have these different abilities. They were supposed to be, so in other words, a black human that's really, really dark has really strong electromagnetic current and ability to hold their electromagnetic current, where someone who's very white is more of a cutter, and then someone who's a little less white than the very white person is a less of a cutter. Whites are cutters, Blacks are there to push and pull things into place. So if you take everything out of the black man's hand and you put it all in the white man's hand, then all we're doing is going around cutting everything. And no one's there to push and pull things into place properly because one side is divided from the other. And that was a human thing. Humans did that. We were programmed to all be fighting with each other and arguing with each other and locking each other out. In other words, enslaving each other. And then that's a lot of division too, and I won't even get into it. Let's stick with this while I'm going on. And I didn't even want to do videos tonight either, and I'm fucking rambling. Listening to David talk earlier was really what set me off. All right. You can obviously see this image really well now, right? You see his nose. He's canine. He's got some broken up teeth too. I'm going to take the camera off and just bring you into him for the hell of it. Because otherwise, if I don't, then I'll regret it. But first, the stick and then the cropper. So I want to bring these down here and separate some of these. So him right there. I'm going to separate him and let you see him. I can't point at him real good. And just to let you know, well, maybe I won't show you yet. Let me do this first. I'll show you a bunch of shit real quick, and then I'll try to turn your guys' video back on. So this has always been one of my most favorite images in the moon for some reason, and he's real easy to find. He's very detailed. He's very bright. Although he looks dark and scary and everything like that, don't worry about it. But all right, so I'm point. He's got his tongue sticking out in this particular angle. His teeth are busted up. He's got his crooked nose and everything like that. Now he opens up into the larger image that I was telling you when you add that other eye, right? So I can open him up to this all the way out to here and pull my camera back. And then what's going to happen is he's going to pick up this eye and he's going to go more canine than he is, you know, more looking like a devilish human. So in here, I'll get you the human. There he is, somewhere around there, with his tongue sticking out. Then I bring him out. Keep going, keep going. Where is he? I should be taking the camera out in order to get... There he is. So right there. So if I go all the way past this dark area here. By the way, this is one of the moon timelines, by the way. Right here, coming down. Timelines is not actually a line. It just follows these patterns. These patterns that are everywhere. I'll show you as we go along. So there you go. When I come back out to here with my cropper, then I get the full canine face. See his eyes real big now in here. See? I'll get my stick out of the way. There he is. So we go from that canine looking thing into here to the human looking beast. Okay? And then before I show you that, what I want to show you, just down here for a minute, I'm going to crop this way so I don't confuse you now that I just showed you all that up there. All right, so you got these faces here that are right away you're going to start on these faces here, these images I should call them, as soon as you leave this area. Remember, all your shadows going around this way. Here's the start of your shadows. So as soon as I start at this angle, I'm already going to go for this guy here. Eye. By the way, notice the triangular shapes everywhere. That's how you're going to determine the difference between human shitty square and circle builds and the triangular builders of the true creator. Big difference in who's building what. The true creator fucking got it going on. All right, so I'm gonna now turn this because I want to bring you some of the hairdo that's on this image right here, the human face. So his hair is up here, swishing back, and I can even get his ear in. And I'm just trying to be careful not to pull you in the next image over, which I'm going to show you in a second. So somewhere around there is the best without bringing you into the next image. So now the next image over, maybe I'll crop the opposite way so I don't screw you up there. So right about here. And he's going to share a mouth on one of them. This mouth here, watch for that there, right? Now watch. Pull it over to this eye here on an angle. Eye, nose, mouth right here. See him? Sharing that mouth. But I can also go this way and bring you this one where there's another image. Where's my stick? Where his mouth is going to end up here working with another set of eye, nose, and mouth. And then as we come up, we're going to run back into this guy. Where's my stick? I'm trying to get my stick in there. Hold on. And then now I'm going to give you his full chin and everything. Because remember I said his tongue was sticking out before? So now the canine image, again, you're still not getting all of his hairdo. And he does have nice hairdo and a couple different ways. So, but now I'm bringing my cropper way out to the right. And I'm leaving you the whole thing so you can see the very large image, which is this big, huge eye right here. And I guess I won't be able to get the other eye until the movie's. I guess I can do it this way. I can give you this one. Okay, so let me get my stick in here. Okay, I'll give you this one. Eye, real nice eye. They're staring right at you. Nose right here, mouth right here, lips right here. See them? Cheek, and then I'll bring him out to about here. And again, I'm dropping my cropping tool on top of his eyes, kind of, so that you can, so that I'm trying to crop out as much as I can for you so that you can see his whole face. And then right below him, we're going to have this eye, nose, mouth. Looks like he falls in the rodent family. Yeah, something like that. And you got him. So, I mean, image within image within image, from the veil to the ground, it is this way. Take advantage of right now. You got enough shadows in here to start seeing into the sea of tranquility. This is not illusions that you're looking at here. This is the reality of it. So you see these areas here with the eye, nose, and mouth down here, the human face. See this other one, eye, nose, mouth of the other human face. You see, you look around in here, and especially if you're using a cropping tool and you bring shit around, I'll get you this large one. Now these are within the sea of tranquility. And this is a drop in the bucket. This guy's got his telescope way deep in there right now. So in other words, if he was pulled all the way out, oh my God, yeah, we can find way more imagery than this. This is nothing. This is just a drop in the bucket. I'm just doing it because I wanted to play this video with you and David, and so far I haven't even fucking played it. So let me try this again, and then we'll hit play again.
Own life
What am I at?
for a very,
oh my
very,
God,
very
I'm already
long
at
time.
32 minutes
So
already.
when it
Holy
came
shit.
to
All right.
responding to CV19
Play.
and living a life which had no restrictions on it, it was easy for me because I've been living my own life for so long. I didn't have anyone breathing down my neck threatening to divorce me.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. So when you're looking at the moon this way, and you're seeing, why is it so dark? Did I press play? No, I didn't. Son of a bitch. So it's lighter back here. I press play. Another one with a 2-minute fucking video. 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Unbelievable. All right, so I'm going to wait till this gets to about here. Oh, see, it starts getting dark for some reason. What the hell's with all these moon videos, man? They all suck so bad. All right, what I was going to say is I showed you all that kind of shit, right? Here's the end of the smoking device of that other image, what I told you, the man on the moon, but I'm not even going to bother trying to get him because he's got way too much of it missing. At least I think so. But anyways, that's it. That's the area, and that's the end of the smoking device. That's the crater that I was talking about, one of the moon craters out of the many. All these little lights, I pointed that out to you. All these little dots of light, those are the same exact patterns that you're going to find. I guarantee it. I'll show you because you'll find the around Polaris. You're going to just look same way as if we looked up in our own fucking sky. And what it's working like is a channel. I'm trying to build a model of it so I can show people exactly how this seems to be working. And as the moon's going around, it's like going click, click, click. That's it, that I'm making the noise. It doesn't seem like it works much smoother than that. My point is that all these star patterns all line up with the same patterns on the earth that we walk on. And as the energy comes through and connects, it goes through the earth, just to let you know, back outside to what we would, as humans, would call another moon. It's not really another moon because the moon is not what we think it is. It's just one solid connection all the way through. Another set of stationary stars at the other side, at the other end. And those working like that, like this. and the stationary stars doing the thing. And it has to be that way. I tell you what, according to real physics that don't use zeros and infinity in their fake ass math, in charge of that, because the all of what we call the wandering stars are what's keeping the false creator slash creators entire system all in balance. It keeps it in balance, and it also keeps it in time because they push off of each other. They're all the wandering stars are pushing off of each other and moving everything around. The energy that's coming from both sides from the stationary stars are the energy that's being used all inside this area, okay, under the veil. And I call it a veil, but really it looks like an egg. It doesn't really look like a veil, shape wise. But until everyone's able to use the true creator's energy to its proper usage, then I have no way of proving that to anyone. Everyone has to start using the true creator's energy and go back to that, and then you can all see it, and you'll be coming to me and telling me and saying, oh yeah, I've been here, I've been there, I've done this, I've done that, and yes, it's exactly like that, or it's not exactly like that, whatever you end up telling me. But the only way to do that is if everybody goes and looks. Okay, so what I was going to say is, so all this area right here is that because you can start seeing things upside down, left, right, backward, forward. I'm going to point out a couple things. Here's the dude with the glasses that I was showing at the beginning of the video. Here's his hairdo up here. Here's his forehead, right? Remember I was telling you could see different mouths right under his thing. So here's another one, here's another one, here's another one. Because that's the way the system works. So image within image within image. I was showing you probably these two eyes before. Now that we're at this other angle and he's further going out that way, now it's going to go up to these two. So it's going to go to the lower mouth, smaller, smaller, smaller. I mean, you can just start cropping for yourselves, and you'll see which set of eyes go with which mouths and noses and that kind of shit, right? So what I was going to say is, here's the guy upside down. If you look upside down, you've got the eye. Remember Mr. Smiley Face from the other day? I was saying I used to call him the Joker. His chest is right here. He also has shoulders. The darker set of eyes have these shoulders right here, these dark shoulders, but it uses the same chest area for that face. And I can do this because I'm fucking professional. I can do this and do it upside down because that's the way it works with my eyes now. So I'm going to bring you right to his first set of eyes. Let's see. So I'll bring you to, I'm trying to get the other angle. And there you go. So now you can see, I mean, I can't hold the cropper or anything like that while I'm doing this, but now you can see his shoulders, his chest area and all that kind of shit. And then I'm going to go down to his darker eyes. There's the darker eyes. Now look at his shoulders now. Look at his shoulders now that I'm bringing. Oh, I'm shaking while I'm talking. Hold on, let me go back. So there's those eyes first. Matter of fact, I think I have to go all the way to here to get the first set of eyes real good for you. Somewhere like there. And then, yeah, something like that would be that one. And then if I come to here, then I'm going to tell you to pull those shoulders in. Because, see, this is one of the things that I'm finding about the inanimate objects. Inanimate objects I always was treating since the beginning as... first, I just treated it as something I could not explain, and I just said I'll figure it out when I get there, but I was interested in knowing why am I seeing inanimate objects. And then it turned into being me just seeing what I want to see, because I felt safe with that, because it's just I'm seeing something that looks like glasses, I'm seeing something that looks like a shirt or wearing apparel or whatever, and so therefore I'm gonna automatically contribute it to being some kind of clothing, or like the other guy in another part of your series. I was doing that guy the other day in the clouds. That was at the cloud level, and he was holding the stick, the wand, or something of that nature. I don't know, but I know that they're all faces. They're all faces within faces that make up all the imagery. So as long as I'm confident happy with that, then I don't. We didn't really care so much about inanimate objects. So now the best I can make of the inanimate objects, I'll press play. It's only got another couple seconds left of this video. Anyways, I'll press play. Let this moon go through more. And it's very dark. I don't know if I can get away with the filter still on there. I guess it looks like it came down a little bit. So let's see what we get here. Yeah, I'm just doing, all I did was just change one of my angles. It is dark, but I'm not going to take the filter off because it's helping you to see inside the Sea of Tranquility area all in there and everything. So I'm going to just leave it on. It's leaving a little bit of detail being dark. So I'm just going to let it go for a minute while we look at that. And I think I already forgot what I was talking about. Well, I'll give you this one too, since we're at it. So this is a pretty cool one. So in that same face, now I got to throw your eyes around a little bit for this, okay? So that same face, eye, nose, mouth down here, tongue sticking out in another case, his teeth are broken and all that shit. The same one that I just showed you, if I flip it upside down, it turns out to be that other guy with the barrel chest and all that. So now I'm going to do is do another one. If he only would go up just a little bit, because you got a very large face with the hair on this side, hair coming down on this side. These are his cheeks, cheek. Uses this nose right here with two eyes that come in really nicely. And then that makes his mouth, this whole entire area turns into his mouth using the same set of teeth and tongue sticking out as my guy, but now it turns into this very large guy. And I don't know. Yeah, he's got to be up a little bit further for it. But just to remind me when I get to the other, videos, of my moon videos, I'll show you. And again, we're not going to get shit out of this angle. I'm just only giving it to you at this particular angle. Remember, all the shadowy shit, like I was saying, it's still there. It's in the same spot. I haven't moved. So in other words, once we start going, I go like that. What the hell's going on with this thing? That's weird. Maybe it was the filter. Maybe the filter was moving around too much. So when I go like this, just a little bit, right? Look at the fucking eyes. Oh yeah, I probably could get you this guy better. Oh yeah, I can. Oh, is the filter fucking moving around? I see signs. I don't know why the filter was getting so dark like that. Yeah, there we go. So, I mean, the filter must have moved on me. Sorry. All right. So now you can see his eyes much better back here. And his cheeks and everything. So this eye works with this nose and this mouth right here. But now, what I was trying to say is that yeah, it's doing it again. Why is it doing that? Yeah, oh, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, so here we go. So different angles of perspective. So I do have the filter on there still, but I'm coming around this way. This is what I'm saying. So watch what happens when I change my angles. So I'm changing my angles and I'm coming up this way. I cannot explain this light thing going on. Maybe it's my perspective from the camera. I don't know. The way that it's pulling in the light. All right, that's okay. So anyways, that's what I'm trying to show you is that now here's another angle. So I'm way over here now. So here's my where's my fingers? Okay. So here's my point now. The shadow area is down here, right? So I'm like this. But I just missed 50 different angles or more when I was coming down because of this dark thing that's happening. So I'm just trying to explain to you that. So I'm going like this and I'm coming around like this. So for every different angle is going to be a different angle, and distances of perspective is going to show you different imagery more clearly. That's really good. That's really good. I'll be able to come in. Yes, I mean, it's a legitimate moon video. It is legit. I haven't seen the guy do any propaganda shit or anything like that, but I mean, he's obviously doesn't know what I'm trying to show you or anything like that. But all right, what's that been already? 44 minutes. So I'm gonna have to start a new video anyway. That was a lot of fucking talking, man. We gotta listen to Dave talk. I gotta get through this. All right, so then I'm gonna do another moon video. The next one, we're just gonna listen to Dave talk mostly, and if I go showing you things, I'm just gonna show them. I'm not gonna keep interrupting the video at the same time. So just so you know, and then maybe I'll just rewind David because I only played 6 minutes of your video out of a 1 hour video. So let's try to do this again. All right, so while this still has 1.5 minutes, I'm just gonna hit play. I'm gonna let it run through, and that's gonna be that. And then I'm gonna look around for another moon videos and shit like that for the next one. Or maybe I'll go to photographs. Maybe I'll just even go to photographs. Oh, so it is good to do other people's moon videos though. So look, glasses. It goes right over the roof of the nose. It's got the black line down the side, which then I don't want to tell you too much, but then the hairline, and then now you can start seeing the different faces. Like you're seeing this really large face with the lips way down here. You can start making out in that one now. See? Look at how nice. It's fucking beauteous. You know, these are no magic tricks. This is for everybody to do. We could have been doing this all along. We could have been doing this for the last 3,000 years, and everyone chose to go with all the religious nonsense for the last 3,000 years. It's a long time, 3,000 years. It's not just 2-3 years like everyone keeps thinking. Here's the upside down guy, so the teeth real good and everything. Here you can see his nose good. Here you can see his eyes good. He's upside down, but the way the light's coming into the camera, you can see his chest real good. Here's the other one I was telling you about. So the correct way: eye, nose, and mouth right here. Using them out. Here's his hairdo going all the way around. I used to call him Jesus. Actually, he was my Jesus, because he does. A couple times when I'll get you the angles for him later, he looks like who we portray as Jesus in the books. All right, that's all the time I got. I'll be back.